featured game of the week, the game you're heading to. You have been guzzling Kool-Aid that is the color orange of the daisies that grew on the hill of the original Tennessee campus. They are 7.5-point road favorites going to Norman for the first SEC game in Oklahoma history. Ari, this is going to be a monumentous occasion. Josh Heupel, former Oklahoma quarterback, fired Oklahoma offensive coordinator, returns for the first time. What do we think is going to happen here?
Well, I've been to 3 games this year, and each time the team that has been home has been blown out. I think it's going to happen again. Like I think
that's because of me, and I'm not going to be there. So, Andy, are you sure you want to say that?
Andy, I'm at the point right now where I'm starting to think that Tennessee is going to win the national title this year. Like that's like where I'm at. Like I don't know. Like 2 years ago, when
your bladder is going to explode if you drink any more of that orange Kool-Aid.
2 years ago, when they were really good with Hendon Hooker, like I never bought in because what happened when they played Georgia was what I thought was going to happen. But Georgia is not that Georgia this year. I think Alabama is a gettable team this year. I don't even think that Tennessee plays Georgia in the regular season. They're going to have a chance.
They do. They do play Georgia in the regular season.
Do they? Okay.
Yes.
Fact check. Still.
Yeah, but still.
Well, I mean, I think that they're going to get into the playoff. And I think a team like this with a quarterback that has this high of a ceiling can get hot at the end too. They have to go to Georgia. They're playing at home against Tennessee. Like it's a tough schedule. I thought that they didn't play Georgia. Still not changing my mind. Like, do you think I'm nuts?
I don't think you're nuts. I think Tennessee's very good. It's certainly not just because of Nico. I think Nico is certainly part of it, but I think this is absolutely the most complete team that Josh Heupel's had at Tennessee. It's the best defense he's had at Tennessee. This is a very opportunistic defense. They make things happen. And then against Jackson Arnold, who has put the ball in harm's way in the starts we've seen him play, going back to the bowl game last year, going back to the Tulane game last week, I think there's a chance it's a Tennessee defensive play that turns this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's out. I mean, they got the best edge rusher in college football. The receivers are really good. One of the best running backs in college football, and a very exciting quarterback, and a coach that knows how to coach football. Like I really like Josh Heupel's style. I like the way that he coaches and leads his team. I like their offensive minds.
All right, good night. Sunday, Caleb Williams threw for a yard because PrizePicks nice enough to give us an almost free Caleb Williams square that I combined with a Jackson Dart square and a Luther Burden square, and it allowed me to win. Play 25, win 125, allowed me to break even on the weekend because, some of my other plays did not go as well as I'd hoped. But that Caleb Williams square every Saturday in September. I'm sorry, every weekend in September. They don't play on Saturdays, but every weekend in September, you get a 1 yard, 1 win Caleb Williams square. PrizePicks is the most fun daily fantasy game in America. You use the code Staples. You play $5, you get $50 instantly. How you do it? You pick squares. So you will say, I think Luther Burden's longest reception will be longer than 28.5 yards or shorter than 28.5 yards. And if you get that correct, you win that square. You pick at least 2. You can go up to 5. The more you pick, the higher the potential payout. It is a fun way to play. And man, Caleb Williams hooked me up. Appreciate it. Thank you, PrizePicks, for that one. I felt very confident. And, well, partially because you allowed me to be confident. All right. Download PrizePicks. Use the code Staples. Play $5. Get $50.
Like, there is a lot here. Like, what is there not to like about Tennessee?
There's nothing not to like about Tennessee. The question is, what do you like about Oklahoma? Because I do think Oklahoma's defense is also opportunistic. I love Billy Bowman. I love Danny Stutzman. We haven't seen that. We thought NC State would be very good on defense this year. I'm not sure if they are. And maybe it was just that Tennessee's offense was too good. We don't know that. This is another case of we're just not sure what we've seen so far. So can Nico handle this defense? This environment's going to be good, but it's the SEC game. The environments are going to be good pretty much from here on out for these two teams. So I don't know. I'm so excited to see this. Ari, 7.5 points in this situation is so many freaking points.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I get hung up on, because I like Tennessee too. I've been banging the Tennessee's going to make the playoff drum since March, and I'm not stopping that. Like, I'm going to pick Oklahoma to cover here, and I still think Tennessee's going to make the playoff. But I'm going to pick Oklahoma to cover here because in college football, situations matter, environment matters, circumstances matter. And the circumstances of this game say you cannot make Oklahoma more than a touchdown underdog at home.
I think you can. Oklahoma. I think you can, and I think they did, and I think I'm taking Tennessee.
All right.
I think we didn't agree on everything. I think this is a game that I think they're going to cover comfortably. This is the game
Sooner
where
fans
people stop rolling their eyes at Tennessee's placements in the rankings. Like, I think this is where this is where the F around and find out graph meets its.
Oh, you think the F around axis is going to meet the find out axis? The F around curve meets the find out curve? Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm excited to see it. I think the environment's going to be just amazing. And I think this is a great way to welcome Oklahoma to the SEC. I wish the SEC had set this up for Texas too, where the first home game in the SEC that Texas got was going to be something like this. But I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. And this is when we learned that Oklahoma was coming to the SEC. It's games like this that made us so excited. So,
and another hell of a slate this weekend.
It's going to be great.
A lot of revelatory. It doesn't really have, outside of this Tennessee-Oklahoma game, the sexy night game between two top 10 teams, two top 15 teams. But I think there's a lot of revelatory games where we're going to learn a lot. That's going to be the baseline of some foundational thought processes heading into the second half of the year.
We are absolutely going to learn a lot this weekend, and I cannot wait. Thanks so much for watching.
And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel wherever you listen to your podcasts and leave a 5-star review.